It looks like Sheffield Wednesday are getting very close to bringing in their next edition. Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm. Sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So I know the media were talking to Daddy yesterday at St. George's Park, and it was a really good interview by all the people they interviewed, like Jamal Lowe, Josh Windass, Danny himself, and it was really good to see that. And it's weird because we've done our business so early, it feels very odd. So when we're talking about another one, it's like, okay, who else is next to come in? With Charlie McNeil coming in and being the 8th signing of the week. Not 8th signing of the week, but 8th signing of this window. Then you look at the situation that's going on with bringing in Nathaniel Chalobah. Now that got broke by them, I think it was Wednesday night, who's a free agent from his time at West Brom. And you've got to thing like interest with Ugbo. It seems like we put in our first bid for him, and there's been a lot of things going on behind the scenes there. So we need to make sure we are ready to pounce at that if it happens. Now, they asked Chalobah about this thing and about him coming to the club, Danny, and he did his usual kind of laughing it off, but not giving anything away. Danny said, "We are looking at some options in the market. This position is not the easiest one, but I think the next not hour, but two days will do something. It depends a little bit on the process, the contract, the media check, medical check even. We're always the performing test. The only after that they can go into training. If they have all that, then we can go forward. But it's always about timing. Sometimes it goes quicker. Sometimes we need one more day. Then if we have something, we'll announce it." Good answer to it. And I think that's the thing. I think people get really frustrated when we're linked with someone and they're like, why is it not being announced yet? Why is it not done? Why are we not sorting it? It takes a couple of days sometimes to get some business done. You've got to have the medical. You've got to make sure the contract's right. You've got to make sure the conversation with the players right. Like, if you want to go on like conversation with players, Jamal Lowe turned around and said he had an hour conversation with Danny before he signed. That's the level of in-depth and Danny getting to know someone he goes into to try and get a player to come. And if it is Nathaniel Chalobah, that would be an excellent signing. We are short in that part of the midfield. We don't really have a defensive midfielder now since Volt's left. We know Liam Palmer can play there, but we haven't really got one. For me, the interesting thing with this is that we're getting that sort of, but like last night when we talked about Ugbo, it was very interesting that not only there's other clubs in the Championship looking, but clubs in the Premier looking, and that does not surprise me when you look at how he hit the scene quite quickly in his loan spell. People will want to know if that's something that's going to happen again for them, if it's on a permanent basis. We know he's got a good eye for goal, so we really want to get that player sorted ASAP if we can. Now, with Chalobah, he's had a good number of clubs. I think I've seen some people talk about him when he was at Chelsea. He hasn't been at Chelsea for a long time. So please bear that in mind when you think about it, because I know some people have gone, oh, his wages are going to be ridiculous. I don't think they will be that bad. Generally, I don't think his wages will be that bad. Free agency is a weird one because you can do a lot of negotiations and trying to figure stuff out. We'll know if he's coming if Nat follows him or follows him on Instagram. That's normally our way of doing it. Now, I don't know if someone's got the whole thing is that he's already followed him, because it might have happened because we were interested in him last year before he went to West Brom. So it's another one of the ones that was on the list last year, but him being on that list last year doesn't mean we're looking at the person himself. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to have another look under a different manager, see what could happen. But again, you got to think Danny wants to get players in, but he has said and made it very clear he does not want to speak about players who are not here. And it's very much the Darren Moore approach of doing signings. And I like that. And much it frustrated fans and media alike, he won't talk about them until they're here. Because I think he had the thing where last January window, I think he was alluding to Coventry, saying the deal will be close. It looked like it's done. He's ready to come in. Didn't say him by name, but people knew it would cover Coventry. And then last minute, the deal fell through. And if you notice, everything after that, he went very much with the, we're not going to talk about it until it's a done deal. Until it's a done deal, we don't talk about players. And I think he just learned that kind of way of having to be very wary what he says about a player. And for me, that's smart. And that basic 101, what most managers do. Most managers will have a set list of stuff they do, what they say, and go from there. And if we can get it to the point where he's getting better at that, which it seems like he is, fantastic. But Chalobah, if he comes in, I think the experience will help a lot in that midfield. Just have someone who's really knows what he's doing. He's a very good player and he's very physical as well, which is something we lack in our midfield. I know we lack a bit of a midfield in general at the minute, but having that physicality is something that you need in that last line of defense between midfield and defense in general. And I think he brings that in waves of massive experience, confidence. He did a lot of games last year for West Brom as well. I think it was 33. So that's encouraging as well, because that means he can play a big number of games. 29, I know some people will balk at the age, but I don't think that's an issue. I think we need some experience in the middle of the park and in general, because we brought in a couple of youngsters in, which is great. And you want them in for building for the future. I do feel with some of the transfer we've got in, there's a good mix. There's experience and youth. And I think that's something that we needed to do for a while. Instead of having people going close to 30, we've managed to like really scatter the ages about, which is good. So next couple of days to cover a transfer in. If it's next 2 days, I'm going to say probably Sunday, maybe Monday, just because he did want a lot of them done before they go to Germany. So maybe we start seeing a flurry of things trying to get done a little bit quicker, just so he got all the players to go to Germany and they don't have to worry about getting like an extra player out there to get everything done and go from there. But if it is Nathaniel Chalobah, I'm okay with that. Let me know in the comment section below. But it looks like we are getting very, very close to getting another player in soon.